Welcome to the 5th annual Bruce Thomas basketball tournament in Herculaneum, Missouri. We're out at Robinson Gymnasium, home of the Black Cats, the Herculaneum Black Cats. You're watching high school basketball here on Livestream STL. Hey, how you doing? I'll let you scoot over a little bit there. Perfect. Ray Halbrook with Matt Schutte. Here live from Robinson Gymnasium in Herculaneum, Missouri with the 5th annual Bruce Thomas tournament. You know, I'm a Herculaneum alumni here, and I didn't even know who Bruce Thomas was. So I did a little bit of some a little background check, actually, thanks to the folks here at Herculaneum High School. Bruce Thomas played for the Herculaneum Black Cats in 1961 to 1965. 4 years on the varsity team. That's saying something.
That's all right.
4 years on the
varsity is all right. I did 4 years of. I didn't even make JV.
Hey, you know.
So I was consistently.
There you
awful.
go. There you go.
He was consistently awesome.
You know. So 2-time first team All-State, 3-time first team Jefferson County Conference. He was a Scholastic Coach Magazine recipient and an All-District for West Central District. He has career marks here: 416 made free throws, 845 field goals, 2,106 points, and 1,253 rebounds. Plus, he had 46 points in a game.
Game high was 46, and then. When I asked about Bruce Thomas, when I was asking around when we knew we were going to come out here, my friend Kyle Pogue, who's willing to go out and play a little golf, he says, "Oh, Bruce Thomas is an incredible golfer."
There you go.
I was like, "Well, I think they named the basketball player after the tournament after the basketball players." Like, I couldn't tell you about that, but he can smoke a golf ball.
Unbelievable, right?
So, yeah, should have a good game here.
Yep.
What are we, about 7.5 away? 7 minutes away.
And we want to give you the update on the tournament here. So for our 7th place game was between I'll double check this, make sure, St. Paul Lutheran and Grandview. We had, I was setting up and took a few photos of that game, and it was a pretty good game, pretty close for the most part. Grandview did come out at the end and pulled off the 66-60 win. So Grandview with the winner there.
It's a nice win for them. They've struggled this year. Young coach, young team, and hopefully maybe here the second half of the season can take some positives away and use that to build into something for next year. Right.
Were you able to catch that final score? Because it just finished, and we'll get the score of that. Our host here, Herculaneum, had a tough game against Gateway Tech. They really did.
81-46.
81-46.
And Gateway had a sensational floor game, just running up and down the floor. And Herky's another team, a little young, a little undersized in that particular contest. They started the season. They had a rough start to the year. I think they were 1-9 to start, but 3-3 in their last 6. Wow. So hopefully getting that turned around for them as well.
So we're about to cover the Dupo Tigers and the McKinley Gold Bugs. Now that is one heck of a mascot, right? I
had no idea it was Gold Bugs until tonight, and I hadn't heard of that one.
I actually sent a text message to the athletic directors here. Can you tell me what the McKinley's mascot is? And a lot of them didn't know.
So well, the coach wasn't listed in the program, but we got that taken care of. So Drew Simmons, I believe, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I had a nice chat with him in pregame. And talked a little bit about how they bounced back after a game the other night against St. Pius, where they were right in it through most of the first half, 21-20 with about 4.5 to go in the first half. And Pius went on a 12-0 run to end the first half with some help off the bench. DeMonte Gary came in, really provided a spark, and McKinley just didn't have an answer after that. And never really threatened in the second half, but you can see as they're warming up out here, they're long. Led by gentleman, Eric Norman, 80-inch wingspan.
Unbelievable.
So best shot blocker in the St. Louis region, blocking 7 shots a night at 6'5".
Wow.
So he's got over 200 blocks this year already, so he's really a presence in the middle, going to be a handful for Dupo. And I was talking with their coaches about it, Coach Rustillo about it, and he wants to slow the game down a little bit, make sure they get some better looks at the basket. doesn't do his team good, he said, to go at too fast a pace. They need to work their offense and hopefully avoid clogging up the middle where they're going to run into Norman and the shot blocking capability.
Speaking of McKinley, I've got the starting 5 for McKinley. Number 0, Taryn Egger. He's a 6'1 senior. Number 2, Jaden Bird, a 5'10 junior. Number 12, Ahmad Sims, a 6' senior. Number 22, Eric Norman, a 6'5 junior. We talked about him a little bit. Number 34, Nigel Hightower, is a 6'3 senior, and they're coached by Drew Simmons.
Hightower, the leading scorer at 18 points a game. Adger, usually the floor general, at about 3.5 assists per contest, their leading assist man.
Talk about Dupo a little bit.
So Dupo is going to start Kelvin Swims at the top and at the point guard position, number 1. Chase Mance is number 3. He's going to be starting. Tyler Kyle, 10 points a game, number 10. 23, Malik Calhoun, and Tyler Touche, not Touche, number 32, is going to be starting. The one to watch here is Swims. 17 points in Wednesday's loss to St. Louis College Prep, but averaging 20 points a game, 5.5 assists, and he's 7th in the area in steals per game.
Great.
So if Swims gets going, they might be okay.
Right.
It's a tall order for him, and coach acknowledged that, but Swims always gives them a chance.
Great stuff. I want to tell you about our sponsor tonight. Our sponsor out at Waits Financial Services, Brian Waits, bringing a team approach to help face your business and family needs. Brian Waits, you can catch him at bwaits@woodburyfinancial.net, or you can catch him at 314-374-6713. We appreciate Brian. And if you are interested at all in sponsoring a live stream STL, you can sponsor with us. Give us a call over at 314-852-4398. There's our graphic right there.
Oh, that's a nice graphic. You upgraded the graphics a little bit. That's very much better than. Can you put it over my face when we're doing these cameras?
Well, there you go.
It only hurts the team when I'm on the camera. We know that we discussed this.
I got it. We all have faces for radio, right?
That is very
right.
true. Very true.
There you go. So just catching up here with the warm-ups here. A little bit. Catching up warm-ups, McKinley and Dupo. We're about a minute and a half away from the tip-off, and if you're on the air here, you're on the Facebook waves, like and share our page. We really super-duper appreciate it. Like and share, like and share, like and share. Follow us over at Livestream STL. We're also over on Facebook, obviously. It's what you're watching us on right now, but we're also over on YouTube.
I'm learning something new.
And we're on Twitter. So this is kind of how this works out. We have partnered with the great folks over at amateursports.tv. The Facebook page is live. We will go a little bit later tonight. We'll save the recording, and then we'll throw that over to YouTube, and then that also goes over to amateursports.tv. So
and we're archived on YouTube or on Facebook as well.
Right.
Right.
And then we also have another game coming up after this game, St. Pius and St. Louis College Prep. That will be at 8:30.
Yeah, and it should be a real good game. A repeat of a contest from December 4th or 14th. St. Pius X had a lead through most of the game, but was outscored 21-11 in the fourth quarter and lost by 5 to Prep, who's now, I believe, 15-2.
Unbelievable. Wow. Here's our starting lineups.
Let's move our third match. First position, Goldberg. Number 0, senior, Ron Adler. Number 2, junior, Jaden Bird. Number 12, senior, Ahmad Sims. Number 22, junior, Eric Norman. And number 34, senior, Nigel Hightower. Go back to Drew Simmons. All right, so we have Dupo Tigers. Number 1, senior guard, Kelvin Swims. Number 2, freshman guard, Chase Mance. Number 10, senior forward, Tyler Kyle. Number 23, junior forward, Malik Calhoun. Team number 32, junior guard, Tyler Check. Opponent is David Swapfield.
All right. Again, like and share our pages. We'll see you on the Facebook waves. Tilden Watson, Buddy Russell, Bobby Davis. How you doing, Bobby? Catherine Halbrook, I know her. That's my cousin, all the way from New York.
Now it's even money. You see Tilden. Is it Tilden Watson? Okay,
it is Tilden.
So Tilden's either in the weight room or at the wing bar.
Exactly.
One of those two.
Baron Wheeler, how are you, sir?
It'll be interesting to see. So both teams, we got a third place game. So you've got two teams coming off losses, and they're playing not for the championship. Who's going to be up for this game?
Right.
You know, which coaching staff has done a better job of preparing their guys, and who's got the better mental attitude to come out here and take command early. McKinley came out like a ball of fire to start against St. Pius the other night and ran out of gas. So we'll see what happens here. Should be a good game.
Here we go.
Yeah, and that 80-inch wingspan comes in handy off the tip.
No doubt.
So McKinley taking it a little slow, going to move it around just a little bit. Bird got hot the other night, hit a couple threes early in the first half to help keep McKinley going, but cooled off in the second. And a turnover, and Dupo's got their first chance at it. McKinley coming out with some full court pressure, not surprising. Did that against Pius as well in Wednesday's loss. You're going to see Swims touch the ball multiple times each possession in the half court for Dupo. McKinley sitting in a little bit of a zone, not able to get the shot down is Calhoun, and here comes McKinley. Hightower with the ball. He's averaging 18 points a game, so they'll try to feature him as much as they can tonight. Nice pass into the interior into Norman. Can't get it to finish, and that really plagued him the other night. Just couldn't get the bunnies to fall close down. Had a little travel and minute in and getting some butterflies out, I think, for both teams. So
exactly.
Reset for McKinley. Norman's an interesting one, Ray. He's got an opportunity to play at the next level because an 80-inch wingspan is just you just don't see that too often. But you can see he hasn't been eating at my training table. He doesn't have an ounce of fat on him. There's a turnover, ball thrown away, but Dupo knocked it out, so McKinley retains possession. But you wonder about his ability at the next level. There's got to be a coach at some point that's going to take a look at him and see that 80-inch wingspan and think that's something we can probably work with. He's only a junior. This is going to be a big summer for him on the summer ball circuit. And here he comes. Nice little floater.
It is.
So he made that one look pretty easy right down the lane, and it's 2-0. Nice bucket. And a little half-court trap, and Dupo does well to get out of that. And you see McKinley, if they don't break you with the pressure, they go into a bit of a zone there, a little 1-2-2. A little bit of a matchup, it looks like. And you can see they're paying a lot of attention to Swims, and you can pretty much figure he's going to see that all night. Three-point shot well over the basket. Bird comes up with it and stepped out of bounds. Not maybe. Well, no, he didn't because it wasn't called. And here comes Hightower. And there's Norman with an assist, so he's having a nice little night just to start. 4-0. But it's early.
Thinking if you're Dupo, you probably don't want to start letting these guys start heating up, you know?
No, because then they're not going to feel like they need to hit threes to stay in the game in McKinley, and they're going to use that height to their advantage. You can see the height disparity in these half-court sets.
If you're watching on the Facebook waves, let us know where you're from.
Nice Swims
rebound.
with an attempt, but isn't able to get it down. And here comes McKinley again. Hightower's got some pretty nice handles for a kid about 6'3".
He doesn't look like he's a high schooler.
No, he doesn't.
Got a little gun showing there.
6'3", is senior. He can play. He was fun to watch the other night. So Bird will key it in. Age, even you don't see too many 6'1" point guards these days. So McKinley, they got the height. But a quick timeout. So Drew Simmons saw something he didn't like. I'm not going to read lips. I think they're discussing the inbounds play and how it was run, or more accurately, not run.
I gotcha.
And talk it over. So 5:08 to go in the first quarter. 4-0 McKinley. Dupo, no doubt, trying to figure out what they can do to counter some of these height issues that they're running into here. Well, when in doubt, just get to the side. There you go. And Bird, yeah, you're going to leave him open. He's going to take that.
Yep.
Misses, gets his own rebound eventually. Trapped under the basket, and jump ball.
Jump ball right in front of us here.
This is a pretty nice, sturdy table.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. There's substitution.
Number 20 coming into the game for the first time for McKinley, and that is Hayden Williams, a 5'9" junior. And McKinley gets a steal off of their pressure, and Ager not able to get it down, and here comes Swims with some pressure on him. He doesn't seem to mind it too much. And Ager compounds the error with a foul at midcourt. Well, probably not what Coach Simmons was looking for. But when you play that pressure defense, you got to concede that you'll give up some fouls from time to time.
Got a little bit of a chess match going on here. Somebody's trying to find some sort of rhythm.
Well, there they get it. Oh, and they, well, you know, my coach would tell the guys that he let play, challenge the shot blocker, go right at him, and that's what Dupo did there. Malik Calhoun was in the lane, tried to get a shot up. Didn't get blocked, but it was altered by the presence of Norman. They try a three. Touche's not able to get that, but Tyler Kyle's able to get a putback in, and now Dupo's on the board, 4-2 with midway through the first quarter. Sims misses a runner. Kyle with the rebound. There's some more of that pressure.
Diane Lynn, how you doing?
Swims is pretty smooth.
That
he wasn't able to get that in. Missed the lay-in attempt, and here comes McKinley in transition. Kick out. And Williams isn't able to get the shot down, but he is able to draw the foul, so he's going to shoot a pair. And I believe we don't have the right scoreboard to see who picked up the foul, but I believe it was Tyler Kyle picked that one up.
Yeah, the scoreboard is like literally right in front of us to where we can't see it.
Maybe we can ask them to move that for us at halftime. It's probably only been there for about 35 years, 40 years or so.
Yeah.
Another substitution for McKinley is Tyler Jones, a 6'2" junior, comes in. And 1 of 2 made for McKinley, and 5-2. Dupo breaks the press, gets it down to Calhoun. He's not able to get it down. Offensive rebound, Touche. Kicks it out, finds Swims. And Swims will get untracked. The really, really good players don't mind having a bit of a slow start.
Right.
And he'll get his he'll be able to get some in. Beautiful look off pass there. And they're not able to get it down. Oh.
A hack and a whack.
Hack, whack, and let's see. Who's that? Kyle comes up, and Good Samaritan gets the ball. McKinley going to the line for a couple more. Ahmad Sims, a 6 foot senior, to the line for a pair. Sorry, I got lost there for a minute. I was looking on Dupo's roster to see what number 2's name was, because I hadn't written them down yet, and there's a good reason there is no number 2 on their roster.
Oops.
Don't know if it's just a roster error or some sort of existential issue. Is he really there? You know, something Thoreau might have covered back in the day. They miss 1 of 2. 6-2 with 3 minutes to go. And we're just a second. What's up? Live stream STL on Facebook. Oh, and part of the legion of fans, really, that I think we're accumulating, right? Oh, there's a shot, and there's what Eric Norman brings to you. Nice drive into the paint from Touche, and Norman just wipes it away. But I had some of our friends from St. Louis College Prep stop by, want to know how they could see the game. I'm going to pull that up. We'll give them a hi here in just a moment.
Absolutely. I know
when you're 15 and 2, you can come over during the game and find out how to watch it.
Sure.
Now, if we got any Dupo fans, Ray, you know, this has worked well for us in the past. We learned about Paula's Restaurant, I think, a couple weeks ago.
That's right.
Dupo fans, anybody out there can tell us who number 2 is. We'll get him added and give him his due.
That's right.
We do know Bryce Chaddock is number 55. He's in the game for the first time.
And on cue, he comes out. Oh, no, he's not.
No, he's not. We've also got Nathan Tyser in the game. Now, that's a freshman in there, one of the 2 freshmen that they've been playing. And they went to a zone. McKinley exhibiting some patience here. Norman, there's that wingspan again.
Right.
Oh, a little too much on the pass. That's going to be a backcourt violation, I believe. There we go.
There it is.
So the zone worked for at least one possession, and it's 6-2, 2:05 to go in the first quarter.
A couple of substitutions here for Dupo, and a couple guys just probably need a little breather for a second.
Right. Swims isn't coming out. Swims might play the whole shooting match. Oh, beautiful move there.
Great move.
Oh, boy, they can't buy a bucket. Chaddock not able to get that one down. Non-shooting foul under the basket, and little confusion, and I guess it was just tipped out of play then. So McKinley's ball, here they come. The 4-point lead late in the first quarter. Pace isn't nearly what it was when they played against St. Pius the other night. What some teams learn if they haven't played Pius too much. Prep knows this because they played them 6 weeks ago, but they think they're going to want to play slower there. Pius perfectly content to run the floor. Eric Norman showing a little bit today, so 4 early points, got himself a second lay in there, and extends the lead to 8-2. You look at Norman, and again, the 6'5" with the 80-inch wingspan. He's going to get his fair share of tip-ins, putbacks, and whatnot. Good summer of AAU ball.
Right.
He's got an opportunity to get his footwork right, get it improved. Ideally, put a little weight on and put a little muscle on there. Because you see him, he's an athletic kid, thin kid though. Got an opportunity to put some weight on. And could really be useful for somebody. McKinley could be pretty good next year.
Sure.
Now they're losing Hightower as a senior, and he's their leading scorer at 18 a game. Dupo turned it over, so now it's McKinley's ball with a minute to go. There goes the zone, and is that consecutive turnover? 2 out of the last 3 possessions. I think we've had turnovers off the zone. So, and Coach Hamilton's going to talk it over right now. Or Simmons, excuse me. Coach Simmons is going to talk it over with this team. It's nothing special. It's basic 2-1-2. Well, that seems to be working so far.
Dupo with a good following tonight.
That's a lot of cheerleaders. I think they got more cheerleaders than they got basketball players.
Yeah. This stoppage and play real quick is brought to you by Waits Financial. 314-374-6713. Waits Financial.
St. Pius X starting to drift into the gym. College Prep has been here for a little bit. That's a good look. I like that when a team comes in, they're all dressed the same. They all got their warm-ups on.
Yep.
Pius not doing that tonight, but if that's the worst thing you can say, I guess that's all right.
Well, you know.
That's, what do they call it? First world problem.
First world problems.
First world problems. So was the gym, you were here as a student, and what, you graduated about 2008, 2009?
You're being very generous. 1990?
Oh, does the gym change much in your time?
The gym has not changed a lot. I believe it's new bleachers and new heating system in here. I know they were bragging about the new air conditioning last year.
Wi-Fi repeater where the rotary phone used to be.
Oh, come on.
Sure. Hey, I was in the rotary phone era too. I get it.
Rotary phones.
You know, here's number 2's out there again, our mystery man.
Yeah. Again, if you know who number 2 is for Dupo, please let us know, because he's not in our program.
Let's give him a good manly name for now. Let's say Max Power.
Okay, I like it.
Max Power, number 2. And you see, McKinley's picked up the defensive pressure a little bit, but Dupo very patient to move the ball around.
No shot clock in high school. Take your time.
Kind of a wild drive. Touche not able to get it down, and here Norman runs the floor pretty well. Oh, beautiful. Bird finds Hightower in transition. Doesn't get it down, but he does get the foul, so he's going to shoot a pair.
You see a bunch of athleticism here.
Yeah,
I mean, athleticism out the wazoo, but they're just not converted. Neither team.
Now, if he can knock these down, he'll be all right. Gets the first. Hightower's got some polish to him. He's a fun player to watch. Number 13 checking in for Dupo for the first time. It's Kyle Stanch, 5'10" sophomore guard. And Hightower knocks down both, so that takes us to 10-2. 10 seconds to go. McKinley putting up pressure, hoping no good shot for Dupo to end the quarter. 4 seconds. 2 goes out of bounds with 1.6, so we're going to have, looks like Dupo's going to run under the basket. 1.6 to try to get a shot off. What's their best inbound play here? Stanch finds out. Oh, blocked by Hightower. Max Power not able to get it down. Tyler Kyle's shot was rejected by Hightower. Max Power, quote unquote, not able to get that in, and we're at 10-2 at the end of 1.
I used to have a friend that had a band named Max Power.
Well, that was I think Homer Simpson called himself that in an episode or two as well. There might even be a race car driver with that name.
There's willpower.
There is a willpower. Willpower.
There is a willpower. So still, to me, the chess match is still on.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. There's still, it's an 8-point game. That's not, if Dupo to me needs to knock down a couple of outside shots, shoot McKinley out of the zone that they seem to prefer to sit in that matchup zone. But Dupo hasn't shown much propensity to put up the outside shot. But I think with the height that they're going to run into with McKinley, that's probably what they need to do. Sorry, I was checking my phone. I hadn't had my wife tell me what I was doing wrong with my announcing yet. I wanted to make sure my text messages weren't broken.
So into 1 here, 10-2 in the favor of McKinley.
Well, interesting to see what kind of adjustments Dupo makes. Coach Rustio is a veteran coach. Was at Granite City. His dad was a legendary coach up in Jacksonville in the 80s and 90s. We were able to talk a little bit about some Central Illinois basketball from back in the day. Bird not able to get that one to fall. Here comes Norman, not able to get the rebound. Tipped around. Hightower gets it down after about three tips. Nice rebound, nice collection by Hightower, and the senior gives them a 10-point lead. Oh, little bump foul there. So let's see, for McKinley, looks like, who picked that up? We're going to give that to Tyler Jones, looks like. Now McKinley going with man-to-man pressure, but a lot of it. Kick out 3, and that's what they need to do, but that's their second air ball from that corner. So maybe that's why they don't shoot too many of them. Nathan Tyser wasn't able to get that down. Meanwhile, here we go back to the line for McKinley, and the game's starting to take a little bit of shape here. McKinley attacking the rim with abandon, and they're not getting the shots to fall, but what they are doing is getting to the line. So Hayden Williams going to shoot a pair here. Nope, one in bonus. Excuse me. Well, makes his first, 13-2. Makes his second, and now we got a 14-2 game. There's the scoreboard. Stanch gets it in the corner, a lot of pressure. Usually with this much pressure, at some point you're going to get an overplay. It should give you an open look. You're not going to have a lot of time to take it, but you'll have a little bit. Now, Dupo, a little confusion on their offensive set. You know, Tyler Kyle finally gets one to fall from 3, and that cuts it to a 14-5 game. If he can knock down a couple of those, that'll at least cause McKinley to make some sort of adjustment. And get Eric Norman for a travel. He had jazz hands. I don't know if he moved his feet, though.
Jazz hands.
Remember what I've told you, up here I am the best coach and the best official.
That's right.
In the country.
We're the best Monday morning quarterbacks ever.
But there's one ref's got a really good head of hair. Nice flowing locks, I think they call that.
There you go.
I'm a few years away from that. Max Power drives. Nope, no good. And here comes, look at Hightower run the floor. Kicks it out. Oh, nice find, not able to get it down is Tyler Jones, but he is able to finally finish. Oh, well, Dupo's starting to get some shots up with a little more regularity, but Stanch commits a foul about 80 feet from the other basket, and that's not what you're looking for. And so looks like one in bonus now for McKinley, up 16-5 with 6 minutes to go. Subs back in for McKinley, going a little deeper into their bench now. Tony Tonhat is coming in, 5'9" senior. And Ahmad Sims has come back into the game. Hightower and Norman still in there, and I'd imagine we'll see quite a bit of them. A nice form there from Norman, but what I noticed the other night in their game against St. Pius, could he repeat the form?
Right.
You know, that repeatable form is so important to get some consistency with your shot and have something to rely on. Sometimes he'd start it low, sometimes high, but both of those look smooth. Look real smooth. And if he can continue to knock down free throws, he's going to be, that's another component that's going to be real useful for him. Full court pressure now from McKinley as they look to press on with that 18-5 advantage. Dupo knows to counter with some long cross skip passes, so far able to get those complete.
They're really
nice rotation. Yeah. Nice rotation. Stanch had a good look, just couldn't get it to fall. And then Chaddock, it's one of those, you know what I'd call that arm? And I mean this with love. A ham hock.
A ham hock.
Ham hock. He's got some big arms there, and one of them caught Ahmad Sims a little bit, so he's going to go to the line for his one in bonus.
Coach Rizzuto having a word with the referee on the side of the
Yeah, he's a veteran coach. He knows, he understands the situation out on the floor, and we've seen some coaches that like to get the decibel level up as Sims makes his first. Rizzuto, he's going to make his point in a more calm and collected way. They split. Sims is able to get the second, and here they come.
Nice save there.
Yeah, well done there.
We're just really having a hard time busting the perimeter here, you know.
Number 22's in. We don't have, so Dupo, there's apparently an issue with 2s because number 22's not on the roster either. We'll say that's middle power.
Deuce is wild.
So we got middle power and 22 and max power at 2. So the power boys are in there. Little undersized. Oh, beautiful. Oh, but they're going to get a charge. Yep. Nice job. Nice job drawing the charge, actually. Tyler Kyle is able to get Tyler Jones to commit the offensive foul, turnover, and here comes Dupo. Dupo's going to bring Malik Calhoun back in, and Chaddock going to come back out. McKinley staying with the full court pressure.
Chad DeBoer, how are you, sir? Hey, my mom's watching. Hi, Mom. My mom watches almost all of our broadcasts.
That is very nice of her to do that. Oh, Tyler Kyle throws one up, the back iron. Calhoun, nice effort, but isn't able to get the rebound to fall, the offensive rebound and putback attempt to fall.
Calhoun.
Norman, nice step through for Norman.
Great move.
I like watching this young man play. He struggled a little bit against Pius the other night, but Pius has two of the better post defenders that they're going to run into this year. He's young, he's raw, but he's got an opportunity to be pretty good. Calhoun avoids the 3 seconds call, and they're kicking it back. And we're going to have a over and back. (21-5), 4:16 to go. Ball coming out on the side for McKinley. I don't know if it's Tontat or Tonthat. Number 32. That was one. I got most of the pronunciation guide stuff I needed. Hightower, strong take, left-handed, and a right-handed finish for Hightower. Tyler Kyle takes about a 12-footer and gets that to fall. 23-7, and the pace is picking up a little bit here.
Loosening up here. We're loosening up.
Yeah. And in the third-place game, a lot of times you'll see this. It'll start to loosen up, and everybody will start to move. Turnover, and here comes Dupo. The Power Boys are back at it. It's going to turn out their names like Schlichtenstein and Josephson or something like that. Right. But Hightower with the rebound, runs the floor, kick out. And
right in the face.
Oh, that's a... Wow. Okay.
That was a tough foul, though.
That sure looked like Sakari Burgess for McKinley was driving the lane. Sure looked like there was position there for, I think Tyler Kyle's the one that picked up the foul. But they got him for the block, and you're going to have Burgess going to the line for a pair.
He pretty much said, thanks for playing.
Yeah. Gets that one to fall. So 1 of 2, so 26-7, 3.5 to go here in the first half. Plenty of arc. Didn't call bank, and that's why it didn't fall.
I'm going to call a tip on that. I'm pretty sure it was tipped.
Oh, did he get a tip on it? Okay, so 44 is also checked in for McKinley. That's Brian Perry, a 6'3" sophomore. So Coach Simmons is going to get some of his younger guys some opportunity to play and get some game experience. Dupo skipping the ball around. McKinley in the half-court zone again. Tyler Calhoun got caught up in the air and got absolutely bailed out by Sakari Burgess, who fouled him. He jumped and didn't know what the heck to do when he jumped, and Burgess helped him out a little bit there.
Calhoun is playing the endurance race here. He is trying to endure as much as possible. He's got his hands full tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Quick change.
14 comes back in. That's Sean Ringo. He's a 6'2" junior for McKinley. Here comes Calhoun with his second. Wasn't able to get the first fall. Both of them rim out. So remains a 19-point advantage for McKinley. Daryl Howard for McKinley is also checked in. A freshman. He just tried a three from the wing. Wasn't able to get that fall out of bounds. Dupo take possession, and at this point, what we're trying to do, what Coach Rizzuto's trying to do is just, can we win the last 2:48?
Right.
So take out of it what you can. Sean Ringo got called for a travel during the trip down the lane. Trying to explain to his coach it was a Euro step. I think Coach is explaining we're in Herculaneum.
We've talked
and we're not in
Euro
Greece.
steps before, yes.
Not Herculaneum, Greece. It's
Now you realize Herculaneum is Greek.
Oh, well, of course.
Did you know that?
Of course. If you're going to pay me in Dr. Pepper, I'm going to do my research. Malik Calhoun can't get another one to fall, but here comes McKinley again.
You have to go. We have to go there. So I'm asking Mr. Schutte today. I said, hey, we're doing 2 tonight. He's like, oh, you're going to have to bring me some extra Dr. Pepper or some extra beverages. And I said, what's your beverage of choice? This is Dr. Pepper. And I said, hey, I'm bringing one for each game.
Well, that'll work. And we'll go Euro, so it's not chilled, but that's all right.
Yep.
Calhoun got tied up.
It was chilled when I bought it.
Well, that's all right. That's all right. So the Gold Bugs had another bucket down here, 28-7, 2:07 to go. There's got to be a good story behind it.
Yes.
You would think there's a good story behind that.
Right.
You would hope there's a good story behind it. Middle power, not able to get that one to fall. Oh, here comes some transition. Ringo, left-handed, not able to get it to fall, but middle power will foul him, and he'll take a pair.
You're seeing Dupo just trying to play let's just hold on here for a little bit and regroup and see what we can bring back to the second half.
I think they're probably see him with the aggressive defense McKinley's playing. I think you got to count on some guys to hit some open shots from the outside. I think the only way to get them open is maybe some ball screens, and try that. McKinley overplays so much that maybe you can get them in a little trouble that way, and just try to inch your way into the ball game a little bit. Ringo missed the first, coaxes the second one in, and a little more pressure. McKinley's again tips it, but it goes out of bounds, and Dupo retains possession. McKinley extending that full court pressure, but then falling into a pretty disciplined half-court defense when Dupo gets it over the line.
Michelle Halbrook on our main camera tonight. We appreciate her. She's got double duty tonight, and she is not a night person. So this is going to be a fun one going home tonight.
Well, I had 4 Red Bulls and listened to about an hour of Motorhead before I came over here to get ready for the game. So if she would follow that, probably be, Max Power cannot coax it in. And here comes the ball. Here comes Tony Tonnet. Oh, he had a crossover vision, and just as he put the ball up in the air, he just wasn't able to control it. So 1:21 to go, 29-7. It's like they kicked somebody out of the face-off circle there, Stan.
Exactly.
Stanch come in to inbound the ball.
You remember we covered hockey earlier this week.
How'd that go?
It was a blast. We were up at Kennedy Ice Complex covering the Fox Warriors taking on the John Burroughs Bombers, and Fox came away with an 8-0 win.
Really? Wow.
Yeah,
well,
they played great.
Hey, Calhoun's able to get one in. That was a nice move. A little up and under, a little fake to get himself freed up there. 29-9. McKinley not able to get it to fall. Here comes Burgess, runner in the lane. Cannot get that one down. And we got a foul on McKinley. Brian Perry, a 6'3" sophomore, he recently checked in, picked that one up. 46 to go, and you think maybe
playing for the last shot.
Coach Rustio might just say, you know what, let's play for the last one. I don't know if McKinley's going to be content to let him do that. Oh, no. Middle power, cannot get the layup to fall. And here they come. Tony Tonnet not able to get that one to fall. Bodies everywhere.
We got bodies all over the place.
Yeah, but nobody's hurt, fortunately. Ball tipped out of bounds. Looks like, Dupo's got possession with 31 to go. And I'm thinking maybe Stanch is their designated inbound guy. That's why the ref had him come in earlier. Steal. McKinley, Dupo steals it right back. Yeah, that was a try. There we go. Middle power is about 1 turnover away from becoming minimum power.
I've refereed a few games.
Okay.
Sorry about that. It's just an instinct. I'll do that with any sport. I'll call it before they call it.
21.7 to go, 29-9. Burgess can bring it up. McKinley's got all bench players in right now. But Tonnet is really happy to get a shot off. Ball is floating around kind of all board. People bouncing. Oh, boy. Let's hope he's not hurt. That was, who went in? Malik Calhoun pretty hard into the stands. You hate to see that. He gets up. He's okay. You know, at our age, we both graduated in 90. I think my shoulder would still be over there in the stands.
My shoulder's still over there. Just watching it.
From just what I heard, I think I separated a shoulder. Fortunately, Dr. Craig Rubel, orthopedic surgeon of note down here in Jefferson County, is here. Maybe we can have him take a look if it gets too bad. So.
Right. We appreciate the facilities being provided here and all of the fun things being provided here by Herculaneum High School. John Roop, the athletic director here, great guy. This is his first year here as the new athletic director, and he's done a great job. Talked with him for a little bit. We're talking about doing some more interactive things, especially the rest of this year, and we're looking to partner with as many schools as we can. We want to partner and help highlight youth sports, because it's worth it. It really is.
Yeah, it's a fun way to get the kids on the camera. They can come watch it. We've done a few Pius games, and the students have told me they've gone back and watched them afterwards and enjoyed it. And you just don't get that many opportunities for this.
Right.
There's some radio down here. They do some of the games, but not all of them.
Right.
St. Pius girls team's really looking forward to tomorrow when we have them at 4:15 tomorrow.
Yes,
right?
we do.
And,
yes, we do.
They host Herculaneum, and should be a good game. And have I told you about my bad luck with the girls team?
No.
Okay, so.
But you're giving me the segue, so I'm just going to go ahead and take it.
So here's the deal. I got a 6th grade daughter, big basketball fan. Given my connection to St. Pius, probably going to be a St. Pius kid at some point. We like to go to the games. I might have the record slightly off, but they're 7-1 when I'm not there. And they're 0-6 when I am.
Oh my gosh!
Now we're going to broadcast tomorrow, so I'm hoping me as a broadcaster instead of a fan maybe cuts the luck for them a little bit.
Right.
But Coach Aaron Portell is about 1 loss away from banning me from the gymnasium. And honestly, I can't say I blame him.
Unbelievable
for that.
So give us just kind of overview of your thoughts on the first half here.
Well, we saw I'm seeing improvement from Eric Norman just overall compared to what he was doing on Wednesday in the loss to St. Pius. Hightower is an impressive player.
Yeah, absolutely.
For
Agreed.
McKinley, fun player to watch. I have no idea. I'm not that wired into the scene. I would imagine he's getting some sort of look to play next year with that physique, and just you can see he's composed out there.
Well, that was my impression. I mean, I was just like, the dude's got tone. I mean, he's got some guns too, and I mean, athleticism just to the max.
And they tried pressuring him once or twice. He didn't mind. He's content in the post, or he brought the ball up the floor a couple times. Can defend a little bit. So we're seeing a couple guys that maybe have some potential to play at the next level. Dupo just needs to get some shots to fall from the outside. Had a couple clean looks at the basket that were well off, and you got to get those closer. You got to give those a chance to get in, and get a couple of those to fall. Calhoun needs to keep working down there in the post, and it's not easy with the guy that leads the area in shot blocks. There's no question about that, but you go after a shot blocker. That's really all you can do. You get into him a little bit. It looked like when they lost to Pius the other night, Norman doesn't seem to really care to get too much contact on the defensive end. So maybe get into him a little bit and see what you can do. So,
got some stats here. Thank you so much, Mark Holman, for texting them over to me. You got Kyle with this is the. I guess I'm assuming this is.
That is the. Sorry.
This is Dupo.
It's like the Rosetta Stone of athletics.
This
is what we're looking at. We're figuring it out. So Dupo's stats there.
Dupo's got. We've got 3, 4, 5, 7 points out of Kyle, 2 points out of Calhoun, and that's all for them. For McKinley, I've got 2 out of Burgess. I've got 2 out of Sims. I've got 1 out of Ringo. 3 for Williams. 2, 4, 6, 8 for Norman, 2 for Jones, and 8 for Hightower. So we got 8 for Hightower, 8 for Norman.
Yeah, and then no surprise, really, with what we've seen from those guys so far. Should see more of the same in the second half. I can't imagine McKinley's going to do a whole lot different. Now, Dupo, as we've seen so many times in these high school games we've done, Ray, is if somebody gets hot from the outside, it can change the complexion of the game quite a bit. The reality of it is Dupo probably not going to have a lot of success attacking the basket directly unless they can start knocking down those outside shots. So look for him to try to establish that. I didn't see much in the way of ball screen attempts from them. I think maybe that's something worth investigating. You'll give it a couple tries and a couple trips, and if it works, great. If it doesn't, you go back to it. There's different ways to skin that cat, but they need to try something because they're down 20 at the half.
Right. We're going to step away for just a quick second. You're watching live stream STL.
There we go.
I caught you mid-sentence there. So we're about a minute and a half waiting to start the second half.
I'd imagine Dupo went in, got a little bit of Alka-Seltzer and made some halftime adjustments, and we'll see what they can do. McKinley just now coming back out in 90 seconds until the start. Now we should get some bump in viewership because I told some of the Pius guys are over there with their phones out and they didn't have the game on.
Uh-oh.
I said, hey,
well, you
guys want to get some love? Let's go. We'll see if we pick anybody up here.
Right. I want to tell you a little bit about our sponsorship program. We are going to be covering quite a bit of basketball in the next 3 to 4 weeks. So we're looking for some sponsors to cover that. Pretty affordable. If you're interested in sponsorship, you get your name up here, a lot like this guy right here, Brian Waits. He just came on with us last week and doing a great job with us. We appreciate Brian Waits over at Waits Financial Services. Brian is a great guy, Herculaneum alumni here also, and you can catch them out at 314-374-6713, providing investment, insurance, and tax planning services for the past 26 years. Is Brian Waits.
Nice. So I'll give some examples here of live reads during the game where opportunities to sponsor some things. But we'll use companies no longer open, so like you don't, you're not doing something for free for somebody, and you don't get sued.
Right.
So this second half inbounds brought to you by Circuit City. Circuit City, you're home for Betamax. See, like that's gold, right? That's just gold.
Right.
Well, McKinley checks in. And a kick. We didn't see one of those the first. You know who needs to get on track? We talked about keys for the game. Swims needs to get going. Did he have any in the first half? I don't think so. I don't think he had any. He needs to get on track. He's done too much for him all year. Similar to Hightower for McKinley, who took it in but got called for a travel. One would think that there was an emphasis on getting Swims the ball. Now, granted, McKinley's emphasis defensively has no doubt been to deny. Oh, they missed Calhoun. That was one pass too late, and Hightower was able to recover. And Sims, Ahmad Sims is under the basket here, and here comes. There's Swims and Sims.
Oh,
Swims
Kelvin
for Dupo.
Swims.
Yeah, there you go.
I got a little tongue-tied there.
You got your M's mixed up.
My apologies.
Between the M's and the powers, okay. Well, there's
Hey.
Swims on cue. Oh, hey!
And how
that
about
might get him on track.
There's
Beautiful.
our second dunk of the year.
Beautiful.
How about that?
Beautiful. Now, do we have replay capability?
Not quite yet.
But somebody Swims will most certainly go back and watch that on their
absolutely.
night. Now, after a steal, Swims again. Swims with
Take
4
that again.
quick points, and that was a beautiful dunk. And that's
timeout.
going to get a timeout out of McKinley. So Drew Simmons doesn't like what he sees, and Swims getting on track here in a hurry. Starts with a breakaway dunk off a steal, and then another steal when Tyler Touche was able to get one, and then they were able to get the eventual lay-in for Swims. So 29-13, so still a 16-point ball game. Simmons is making his point. Coach Simmons making his point over there to his guys about what their defensive responsibilities need to be. But honestly, it's just that crisper passes would have avoided that. A little bit better ball handling. A couple Jefferson Jays came walking
just saw
in
that.
to kind of watch some championship basketball.
So again, like and share our page. I know seeing a few folks online right now. Let us know where you're from. Like and share. Like and share. Like and share. Like and share.
Out of that timeout, we're 1 minute into the second half, and 4-0 run to start for Dupo. 29-13. Swims starting to, and they compel a turnover. So Simmons takes a timeout. Coach Simmons takes a timeout, calm his team down a little bit, get them to take better care of the basketball. And Teron Adger immediately throws it 10 feet over the head of anybody else on the team. But there's the steady influence of Hightower, able to rip the ball from Touche. And Hightower with the ball. And if the smart team, they're going to go to their senior that can kind of calm things down. Oh, had a beautiful run through. Probably should have hit him there.
Should have dished that straight to him. Instead, he gives it to number 2. How about that?
Now they're not able to get that one to fall. That was Bird wasn't able to get that going.
That was an accidental trip.
Yeah. Do we get him for a foul there, or just out of bounds?
I didn't see him. I didn't see him give him.
I think just out of bounds. So, and here comes Dupo. You know, they hit a couple other buckets here. It does make it a little interesting. Touche with the ball on the wing. Swims. Oh, good looking floater, and wasn't able to get it to fall. Eric Norman's going to have to get some of those Kareem Abdul-Jabbar goggles. That's about the third time I've seen him poked in the eye. Beautiful rebound. McKinley ball. 6:10 to go. 29-13. And there's Swims again with the steal.
Oh, nice move.
Beautiful. Best layup we've seen this year.
Yeah, by bar none.
Yeah,
by far.
Agers challenged the shot, and he was able to make a really nice move and adjust in the air.
And we just turned the ball back over.
And he just got compelled another turnover.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back and talk about my pick to click for the second half and just wipe out whatever I said previously. Swims.
Yeah.
Swims is the big guy. So he's asserting himself a little bit. So, here we go. They're causing all sorts of fits for McKinley right now. you got to give him the ball. Look at that, 3 of them collapse on him as soon as he gets it. Touche drives, and you know what you're seeing right now, Ray, a little more confidence from all 5 of the Tigers on the floor.
Absolutely.
Touche took that. That was the most aggressive I've seen any of their guys take the ball in.
One of the hardest things growing up and learning in the high school level is to be able to learn to go hard to the net and go strong to the net. And it doesn't matter what happens, just get there, because you just never know it. At the very last second, there's an opening, hey, and it's a quick, easy lay-in and a foul possibly.
Well, Touche knocked that one down, and the second. So that scoreboard needs to be updated. They gave the points to McKinley.
Yeah.
There we go. And they say 31-17, which isn't. There we go. 29-17. And Fields Swims almost had another steal.
Another turnover.
Yeah, another turnover, and that's what turnovers.
I would say 4 or 5.
4 of 5 possessions.
Yeah.
They've turned it over here to start the second half. You know, when we hit it big, we're gonna have to hire a statistician.
That's right.
Or even hit it medium.
I just want to hit it small first.
Well, there's that. Yeah. Look, Dupo just playing with a little more purpose right now. You can just see how quickly they're moving. Swims turns it over. Here comes Hightower, righty laying good, and that breaks the duck a little bit for him. So 31-17 now.
A little more urgency now.
Good looking. Oh, okay, there's another Dupo turnover, and the moment may have passed. Euro step, and again, Herculaneum, Missouri, not Greece. And that's a travel. And Coach Rustio, excuse me, wants to talk it over, and you know he's going to try to keep that momentum they were building there. It's a good timeout right there.
Yep. This timeout's brought to you by Wakes Financial Services. Proud to have as our main sponsor for probably the rest of this basketball season. He'll be in rotation, and if you're interested also in being a sponsor, we're pushing sponsorship tonight because it's important, and we've got to have the sponsorship in order to continue to do what we do, especially for the district competition coming up. So if you're interested in sponsoring with us, give us a call at 314-852-4398.
Here's another one of those spots somebody could have. That timeout brought to you by Venture.
Venture. I used to work at Venture. That's hilarious. That's awesome.
Venture's where my mom used to make me get clothes until she discovered Burlington Coat Factory.
Yes, true. There you go. I get it.
She's still not paying for any of the therapy, is mostly a direct result of some of those decisions. Dupo with the ball. Oh, beautiful ball movement there. Touche.
Yeah. Oh, and he did get it.
Exactly what you got to do. You take it right at the shot blocker there. So he went up and under Eric Norman and was able to get the shot down. 31-19.
Hey, this is only a 10-point game here, guys.
Yeah.
I know it's
Bird drive, not able to get it in. Norman with the rebound and the putback, and that's why he's there. You know, that's what he's going to do. And now McKinley's going back to the pressure that was so successful in the first half. Well, Dupo's making it more interesting for sure. Now Calhoun needs to be a third air ball on a three-point attempt, and you can't just have that if you're going to be successful. So the other thing they could be doing, a walk by Bird. I'd say Calhoun could help out a little bit if he could get a body into Norman.
Jeff Whitener, how are you, sir? Jeff Whitener, all the way from usually doing a lot of games out at Jefferson R7, so that's probably where he's at tonight.
There's a good chance of that. Thank you, Jeffrey, for watching.
We're gonna get a night where you and Jeff are together.
That sounds good.
Gonna be a fun. That'll be a fun night.
That sounds just fine to me.
He says looks and sounds great. We appreciate that. Jeff, we want to know.
Turnover for McKinley. McKinley picks it up, and easy lay-in right there for Ahmad Sims, and takes the lead back up to 16. Jeff, now, if we're going to do one of those games down in Festus, you know, Tetro's just opened up down there. They're a big spot, and stopped by there tonight after work, and had a couple snacks and whatnot with some friends, and a beautiful facility they've got there.
Yes.
Frantic pace under here.
We were out there at Jefferson R7 for the Pink Out game last week, girls and boys, both games. Pretty pretty well represented, and really an amazing night, emotional night. They highlighted some cancer survivors. It was really awesome.
Cancer has hit that school a little bit, and they're starting with Clint Johnson, their superintendent there, and he's been been out there.
He was actually being highlighted.
And he's using that as a vehicle to talk about cancer awareness and what people can do to help and support. And kudos to him for doing that. Max Power, did we ever get a name on Max Power?
We have not.
Okay, well, Max Power, he might like that. He could go down to the name change joint and get that done here pretty soon. He hits his first free throw and knocks down a second 15-point game. 35-20.
Wide open.
I
don't think
that
so.
That one hung up in the air just a little too long.
That was
and Touche's able to get the steal.
Little floater.
Swims. And there's a ball screen at the top for Swims. Didn't get him anything, but something else to think about, and they're going to it again. Swims with the kick out, but a block beforehand. So Sims with the foul on Swims.
Not to be...
I'm just glad Mom didn't name either one of them Jim.
Yeah, Jim Swims. Or Jim Sims.
Jim Sims, Jim Swims, Tim.
Yeah.
Touche with a frenetic take, but Norman, look at Norman run the floor here. Decent handles for that size. Norman finds it again. Oh, and that's been his bugaboo. He's just having a little trouble down low with the finish. With the back to the basket there. Look at Touche, takes it right at him. Doesn't get it to fall, but he does draw the foul. Norman wondering what he did wrong. He says he's straight up. The referee doesn't agree. I'm going to side with the referee there. Touche going to the line for a pair. If they cut it down to 10 for the fourth quarter.
You're looking at a run, possibly.
And it gets in McKinley's head maybe just a touch, just a little bit. Coach Simmons has made some substitutions here. Brought in a couple of his younger guys to get a look. Touche can't get the second one to fall. It's 35-21. Turnover. Swims again, applied some. Did you see that? He tried the okie doke.
I was getting ready to say the same thing.
He tried the fake. Couldn't
I'm going to give you
finish.
that look, but I'm going to the net.
It was the okie was fine. The doke didn't work.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
By the time he swung that fake attempt back around, he was too far under the basket to get it to go. But the attempt was nice. McKinley checking it in under the basket. Oh, not able to get it to fall. Tyler Jones wasn't able to get that one to fall, and here comes Dupo. Max Power didn't know where the ball was, and it was right behind him. And he's, what the word of the quarter is? Exacerbates.
Yeah,
he exacerbates the air with a foul at the midcourt, and he's going to check out.
He's going to have a seat just to collect his thoughts.
Yeah. Let's see. Adrian? Nope. Ahmad Sims took that one in. Wasn't able to get it. Fall ball's tipped. Here comes Touche. Left-handed drive, coast to coast, but on the floor, Sims fouled him.
Tim Flanagan, how are you, sir?
We're going to have an inbound under the basket. And it's ironic the action closest to us is the only action we can't see.
Yep.
But that's because they gave us this nice big table. Herky's been really nice host for us today. Looks like they put on a pretty nice tournament. Swims, feeling it, gets it. Took a 3 to the register and paid for it. Beautiful. It's an 11-point game.
We're at 11.
Oh, and they let that one go.
Wow.
Wild drive by Hayden Williams, and Swims with the ball in an 11-point game, 90 seconds to go in the third quarter. Swims is feeling it. You can just tell the way he's moving with the ball. But he needs to touch the ball again at least one more time this possession. There he goes. No ball screen here. Touche's the other one's been kind of feeling it in this quarter. Slim's got his man up in the air. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful drive, but the best shot blocker in the St. Louis region eradicated the layup attempt. Touche from 3. Boom. And we got ourselves a game, partner.
I want to know why the referee went back out on the court and got in between both of those guys. I don't think that was really necessary.
No, I don't either. 35-27.
And I'm not sure who that guy is. I've seen him in a few games, and he is a really good referee, too.
Yeah. Williams gets it to fall. Excuse me, Jones. Tyler Jones gets that one to fall. 37-27, 43 seconds to go, and he's going to the line to try to complete it. Shots up and good. And it's back to a 38-27, so an 11-point game. McKinley's going back to pressure, and I think, and that's why they do that. Unforced error, I think you'd call it, from Touche, trying to find Swims. And can McKinley rebuild a bit of their advantage before we go into the final stanza? Stanza, huh?
Stanza.
Nickel word at least. So. Turnover, Norman, and upfield, Swims rather. Boy. Swims went up for a dunk, had Norman, and again, the best shot blocker in the St. Louis region, on his tail. Swims probably better advised there to try the lay-in. Instead went for the dunk, fouled in the play. He's going to the line for 2. No animosity there.
And I believe that he
clean play.
I believe that he loosened up the braces behind the basketball.
Actually, it looks like he did.
He did.
That little piece that's coming down.
I see that. Yep.
And Swims gets the first one to fall.
We can kind of see it in the shot right here.
Yeah. Right
there.
Swims can't coax the second one in, and that's because he loosened up that backboard so much. 28-37, 37-28 rather, and Dupo clawing their way back into this. Oh, Jones had an open look. All he had to do was collect it, but he left his luggage there at the baggage carousel, and turnover.
Got a chance to make this a 7-point game here.
Max Power coming back in. And that means Nathan Tyser coming back out. 16-7, so you figure unless there's a turnover, Dupo's going to have the last shot. They find Touche. Oh, did you see they collapsed on him as soon as he pulled up for 3? 2 guys collapsed immediately. Calhoun, 4 seconds to go. Swims from deep from 3. Back iron. Couldn't get himself quite squared up.
Not quite.
Good look, though. Back iron real close to going down. And 37-28. Here we go.
It's our friend over at Blue Tiger Media. We need to change the name from the Winter Road Tour to the Arctic Road Tour. It is cold.
Somebody said, I heard somebody say it was going to be like a morning low someday this coming week. It's going to be 6.
Ugh. We are not used to that in the St. Louis area, folks. Not at all. I was asked for Monday if we're even going to have any kind of festivities, whether it's a basketball game or even school.
Oh, because of the cold? No.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, as long as there's not ice on the roads, generally speaking down here, they'll let us go. But we, over at St. Pius X, like any high school, we had a couple of those snow days, and the high schoolers were happy because we let them out, and then some of the grade schools in the area were open. And the reason is that the younger drivers that we have out there, they're not. I'm not saying they're bad drivers, but they are inexperienced drivers. And getting through with that's not. Driving in your first winter is not always easy.
Right.
And you always want to think about the safety of the kids when you're doing that, and the other motorists out there, because occasionally youngsters do have a little more motor than they're maybe accustomed to, and gunning a little bit. So Dupo with the ball and a little momentum going here into the 4th.
We will have a player of the game at the end here. Hopefully a short little interview.
Swims miss,
and it
gets
could
his
be
own rebound
Swims.
And get it in. It could very easily be Swims. And they cut it to 7, and that's the closest this has been, I think, since early in the first quarter. McKinley tries to answer from deep, long off the rim, and Tyler Kyle comes up with the rebound, breaks through some pressure, but eventually turns it over. Got a little out of control there.
Calhoun helping his teammate there.
The problem Dupo's going to run into, they've been playing well, but they got to play even better to get this game to where it's something they can have a say in the final score and in the outcome. So they're really going to have to get a run here at some point in the next couple minutes.
Kind of seen McKinley kind of falling asleep a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just like that.
Well, that play worked a few times in the first half, and didn't that baseline drive and then the kick out into the lane. Boy, Swims is just swarmed as when he gets the ball.
Recovery.
Nice ball control. Touche tried to do a little too much there. Had a wide open wing to shoot.
14's out here, and Ringo.
Yeah, Ringo took a pretty good shot there, and up he goes. There, Norman, and you like to see that one of your best players goes over, and he's the one helping his teammate up.
Right.
Had a couple coaches always say your best player is also your best teammate.
Right.
Good to see that.
Lots of truth to that.
Ringo seems to have recovered. Nice jump to get that pass. Misses the lay-in attempt, though. Oh, and now he turned the ankle. Swims left-handed. Yep. Missed it. Got tipped, and then he touched the ball. He's out of bounds. And Ringo rolled the ankle a little bit, so he's going to come out. And checking in for McKinley is Brian Perry, the 6'3 sophomore. Now Dupo out with a little pressure. Swims at the top of that. That's a smart move there. So they extended that 3/4 court. Norman's pretty comfortable moving the ball. And then Perry's very comfortable with the baseline little floater. And 39-30 with 6:15 to go. Near turnover, Dupo recovers. You have to figure, here comes the screen. Yep, there it is. There's on both sides. He gets to take his pick, but there's still 3 players surrounding him. Touche for 3, long, little bit of back iron, and McKinley throws it away. So Hayden Williams throws away, and part of what McKinley needs to realize here is, like, yeah, they have cut the lead down from 20 to 9, but they still got a 9-point lead with 5:55 to go, and maybe the transition bucket's not the ideal thing for him there. Dupo with the ball, Swims bringing it up. Tipped out of bounds, and it'll be Dupo's ball, looks like under the basket.
I love autocorrect.
Autocorrect's not so bad to me as voice to text is. I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah, voice to text does not like me that much.
Oh, that was a good strong
Touche
shot
with a strong move, switch to the right hand, couldn't get it to fall. Ball tapped out of bounds. Oh, we got Perry with the foul. And I don't know, we are in the bonus. So that's going to send Malik Calhoun to the line for 1-and-1. And if they're going to have a chance, they got to hit these. If they're in the bonus already, they'd be well played to get to the bucket as much as they can, try to get a little more foul trouble, and get to the line, score with the clock stopped.
Nathan Edwards, how are you, sir?
39-31. And we cut it down to 7 points here.
Yep.
We do? Well, it's a nice looking stroke for the young man. Full court pressure now from Dupo. McKinley probably sees that all the time in practice. Oh, beautiful drive, but it hits the underside of the rim. Hayden Williams not able to finish, and here comes Swims.
Good ball handler.
Oh, yeah. It was fluid. Very fluid. Well, Swims.
Oh,
fluid.
my gosh.
Tried to get that lefty to fall, couldn't get it in. There's been a couple times where he gets about 1 step too many under the basket.
Right.
Hayden Williams just did the same thing.
He does a real good job of
and Swims can't get that one to fall. Perry with some nice defense, and here comes the McKinley Goldbugs again.
Sorry,
we haven't said Goldbugs near enough.
Goldbugs, yep.
And Touche, I don't know, maybe trying to do a little too much there, driving into 2 shot blockers, but looks like they're going to retain possession.
Going back to Sims, did a great job of just protecting the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Even going up sky high.
Yeah, he's going to be playing somewhere after he's done here. Touche. Oh, thought about the 3, couldn't get it off. Swims has got to get the ball here, and you got to give him a screen, I think, at this point. Or let him run and kick out. Max Power, back iron.
Burgess has had his hands full with Swims.
Oh, yeah. Swims is asking a lot more questions of him here this half than he was in the first.
Sure.
Well,
substitutions now.
Calhoun. It looks like Calhoun needs a break, and coach said nope. He wants to get what he can out of him. Well, he sets a good screen, and that's an underrated skill. Oh boy. So you had Swims at 20 points a game, trying to take over at this point. Took it at Norman at 7 blocks a game. Norman thought he got a block, got called for a foul, pleads his case. Rarely works. I
haven't seen Coach Simmons up off the bench, and now he's off the bench now. Down by 7. Or up by 7.
Up by 7, yep. Swims gets the first. And this is what I talked about when I was talking with Coach Rustio before the game. If they play at their pace, they're comfortable. The second half has been Dupo's pace, and it's reflected in the score. They've cut it down to a 5-point game. McKinley gets through that pressure, and here come the Gold Bugs. Hayden Williams, air ball.
Hightower's about to check back in.
Yeah, I'm honestly a little surprised we haven't seen him a little earlier. Eric Norman not able to get a 3-footer to fall, and Perry got caught up there. Unfortunate foul, really. Just couldn't stop his momentum in time. Gets called for the block, and another chance for our friend Max Power.
Right. We still haven't gotten to the bottom of the 2s and the 22s. What are their last names?
It's going to turn out he's in like witness protection or something, and we've been unnecessarily highlighting him to our legion of fans out there. Does he get the first one down? He can't. Coax it in, back iron, and then the backboard. 4-footer go. We got a 5-point game. Could be down to 4 here. Can't get either one of them to go. And here, Hightower with a nice kick out. Finds Hayden Williams, who coaxes one in off the glass with a runner.
To the net.
Dupo, so they've got it down to 5 twice now, and back up to 7 as far as the advantage goes from McKinley. And now they got Hightower on Swims, and you figure that might be the case the rest of the game. Swims finds Power. Nope. 4th air ball from 3. But they get either Hightower or Williams.
That's going to be 3-4 Hightower.
Yep. So a little bit of foul trouble for Hightower, but with 3:33 to go, you figure it's not going to change how he plays defense. And let's see, who do we got going to the line over there? Number 10. So Tyler Kyle, 10 points a game, is going to come in and get a couple. Gets his first one to fall. If he gets this one to go, we were back to a 5-point game with 3:33 to go, and that means anything could happen. And he can't get it to fall because I continue to curse the free throw shooter. 41-35, 3.5 to go. Norman, nice ball handling for somebody of his size. They find him again and tipped away.
And they got a timeout.
Coach Simmons going to talk it over.
I don't think he liked what was going on there.
What he's seeing, Ray, I think this is an example, is there's being in a hurry and there's moving fast.
Right.
And right now, McKinley's in a hurry, and there's no need for it. Up 6, 3:16 to go. Make Dupo get in a hurry.
Right.
Be confident with what you're doing, but you don't have to be crazy with it. Well, this is great to have a good competitive second half like this, leading us into what should be a very good game. December 14th, Career Academy stormed back from what was as much as an 18-point deficit to take I believe, a 6-point victory over St. Pius at Ralph Boyer Gymnasium on the St. Pius campus, and no doubt that's in the mind of both teams. And St. Pius has been on a pretty good run since then. They lost their game the next night, the game you and I covered, against DeSoto.
Right.
And it was the same thing. Both games, leads late in the game, could not hit the front end of a 1 and bonus. They were 6 of 15 in the loss to Career Academy from the line. They'll have to improve that to have a chance tonight. Career Academy's gone on, like I said earlier, 15 and 2. So nice season for them so far.
Don't forget, we will be having the broadcast of the St. Pius St. Louis College Prep game following this on another stream. So we will end this stream and start a new stream for the championship game.
You see this out of the timeout, how much more deliberate McKinley is. And just as I say that, steal by Swims. Wow. He ripped it from Norman. Norman then gets back quick enough to block Swim's shot. I believe that's got to be right at his average, right around 7 or so on the block shots.
The timeout.
Coach Rustio is going to talk it over with his guy. He's still in this game. It's a 6-point game, 2:55 to go. I don't think they can rely on the 3-point shot there. Yeah. The Tigers, it's just not.
They've been struggling.
They've made, I want to say something like 2 of 15. Again, got to get that statistician. Yeah, internship, maybe. Internship opportunity.
I talked with my wife about that absolute thing today. Internship and even training for other schools. So that could be on the horizon. You never know.
It'd be sweet.
I know in any of our Pius games, we will be heading over there. I've been given the go-ahead from Athletic Director Tilden Watson to recruit. And I think we probably will take advantage of that.
Oh, good. Yeah. Well, there's some students over there I think be happy to help us out with that. McKinley came out of there last time out and much more deliberate in their offense. Now they didn't turn the ball over, but were able to recover, block a shot, going out of bounds. So Dupo's checking the ball in. 2:55 to go, down 6 with a heated up Swims, no doubt about to receive the ball off of this stacked inbound set. But he's got Hightower on him. They're content to give him the ball at the top of the key. Boy, Hightower's smooth on defense. Look at the feet. Touche looked to get that dump off into the interior, but
they're working the defense here, aren't they? They're trying to work everything.
Calhoun probably had.
Wow, that was a close one.
Yeah, but Touche probably could have given it to Calhoun there. He wasn't able to do it the first time they ran that, but it was probably there the second time. But hindsight, of course, is 20/20. So they get Touche for the offensive foul. Now it's McKinley's set. That got the Dupo faithful a little worked up.
Right.
Their dander is up, is what my grandmother would have said.
A little over 2 minutes to go here. McKinley up 6.
Yeah. There's Norman with the rebound off of, looks like Sims had the miss.
Got a jump ball.
Yeah.
It goes back to Dupo.
Now McKinley back in a half-court defensive set. There's Hightower on Swims, and that'll be the matchup to watch the rest of the game. Gives it back to Touche. Touche's going to be looks like the other primary offensive option here these last 2 minutes. Power gets it at the top. Swims again with the ball, tries to drive, gets in there, but 44. Ooh. Perry picks up the foul on the floor. So Swims for a pair with 1:51 to go. 1:51, 6-point game, still an eternity, really.
Yeah.
5-point game now. Swims makes the first.
This could get interesting.
Yeah, senior. I wonder who he's got looking at him, because he's got to be going somewhere to play. Assuming he wants to play, he sure has the ability to probably take it somewhere next year. Oh, beautiful pocket pick there. Almost had Sims the ball from him, but they were able to get it back here, the Gold Bugs. Oh, if Norman shoots a 3 here. Nope. Was actually hoping to get fouled, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's about that time.
Yeah, and Hayden Williams gets the foul there, the guard. Now, I don't have the free throw statistics in front. Actually, you know what? I lie. I do have the free throw statistics. Let me see. I was a little more prepared than I thought.
See, there you go.
So, let's see. 20, Hayden. Actually says he hadn't shot a free throw yet this year, which I don't think is correct. But Sorry, I'm looking at some. Oh, there he is. He was 4 or 5 from the line. Missed his front though, so it's a 4-point game. Oh, Hightower.
Wow.
Coast to coast, including behind the back. And, oh, they got him for a charge. Wow. Beautiful
I almost
drive.
thought that was a walk.
Yeah, well, could have been a walk. Didn't think I saw a block there, but I'm a little surprised they got the charge. And so that's a turnover to Dupo. 4-point game.
This is
minute 11 to go. It is getting very interesting. Norman, by the way, 48% free throw shooter the next time McKinley has the ball. So that you might see them let him get the ball and then foul. Although he looked good tonight when we've seen him shoot him so far. Swims with Hightower on him. Oh,
nice.
That's a nice dump off there. That was a great decision. Didn't get through, but Malik Calhoun's going to the line for a pair. I believe, did they get Perry for that one? If so,
and he's gone.
He's gone with 5.
And we got a cold, fresh number 0 coming off the bench.
Teron Adger started the game. We haven't seen a whole lot of them this half. So McKinley gets a little smaller, but that's a relative term because compared to Dupo, they're still pretty darn big. So Calhoun with a couple biggies here. Gets that one to fall, rattles that home.
This is the guy I've been rooting for since the first half because, man, he has taken a beating.
Well, I've been rooting for him when he told the coach he was tired and wanted to take a break, and Rooster Toe said, no, you're in, and there's why. He makes them both, the junior.
And the press.
He's 5'11", he plays a lot bigger than that. 2-point game, 50 seconds to go. Norman handling the ball. They should have fouled Norman there. Williams, slightly better free throw shooter. Touche tries to jump it.
Good idea.
If I'm looking at the free throw percentages for McKinley, and I'm putting almost anybody on the floor on the line except Hightower.
They don't have those wonderful stats like we do, right?
So, well, I got some here. The guy you want to avoid. Well, Williams is an 80% shooter. I avoid Hightower just because there's a senior.
That's got to be, I can't believe they called that foul like that.
So who they were putting Teron Adger at the line, their point guard.
He literally stuck his hand in the guy's face and drew the foul. That was quite slow. I thought there was an intentional foul there.
Adger. Missed badly, really, and it's a 2-point game. Here we go. Here comes Swims. He's going to do it himself. Takes it and tie ball game. 30 seconds to go. 41-41. Here comes McKinley and the Gold Bugs. They're going to try to win it right here. Turnover, and here comes Swims. Lay in. It's 43-41. And the Dupo fans are going bananas.
And there's a timeout on the floor.
Simmons can't believe it. McKinley was in complete control for the first half, complete control the first 4 minutes of the third quarter. 12 seconds to go. Dupo has stormed all the way back, 43-41.
This just got interesting.
And you feel a little for Hightower because when Simmons called the timeout, he had just spun off his man and had an open drive to the basket.
Wow.
Ref just gave me a wink. He's got himself a ball game here.
I believe the benches have awoken, and so have the bleachers.
Wow. Well, in the first half, what did we say at halftime? We were struggling for something. What can Dupo do?
Right.
And it was easy. Swims, get involved. And I don't know, was he deferring in the first half? Was he just not comfortable with what they were running? But whatever they switched to at the right time.
And you've got to give that to great coaching.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And it's not a big surprise. Rusto knows what he's doing. His dad knew what he was doing at Jacksonville back in the day. So, that Dupo bench is fired up and
they're ready to go home with the third place trophy.
Most of the Gold Bugs could use a hug. They're in shock right now. But you got Hightower, Nigel Hightower, the 6'3" senior. You got Eric Norman with the opportunity. I get a shot up here. Hope Norman, if you miss it, hope Norman gets a tip in to tie it. They get it to Norman. Oh, he cannot get it to fall.
There's a foul.
Oh, man, beautifully executed play. Everything went fine except the shot right there at the end. And Norman, you feel bad for the kid.
You do.
and he's torn up. Yeah, you feel bad for him. They ran the lob for him, took advantage of his natural athleticism and his height. He was able to get the ball, just could not get that to fall. It hit every part of the rim.
Right.
He did everything right there. They just sometimes you just can't get it to fall. And in the flurry afterward, Tyler Touche with 7 seconds left going to the line for a pair, and Dupo is going to flat out steal one here.
Yep.
If he can knock down 2 of these.
And Sims has got 14, so you got to right at this point.
Yeah, this is a 3-point game. If he hits this one, it's I think they say it's academic at that point.
Pretty much over with, yeah.
Unless he coaches it in.
And there's a timeout.
Rustio, we might have to get him on the mic after the game here. Yeah. That's a heck of a job right there. They were down, what was it, 10 at the half. They were down, I think, 18 at one point in the first. Dupo fans really riled up over there.
Yeah.
4-point game. Simmons talking to his guys and a couple shrugged shoulders there. Now what I want to see from Norman, and Norman's dejected, and you get it, because he had a chance to tie the game. He couldn't get it to fall. But he's going to have to learn if he's going to play at the next level, if he's going to continue to evolve, these things happen. And how he reacts to how they happen is going to help him determine what kind of player he can be. 7 seconds ago, it's still possible. Well, you hope Dupo doesn't foul a 3-point shooter that makes it.
You don't want to do that. You just let him go.
Yeah, you let Hightower go right there. He lays
now they're
it in.
Miss the game right here.
Yep. Dupo steals one.
Well, it's
45-43. That's the best game we've had.
Yes, I believe so.
That's good. Just good announcing is what make that happen.
There you go.
And folks, that's why you get live stream STL to your ball game, because you're going to get this kind of action. What a great game. You feel bad for these McKinley kids who just had it in control.
I'm going to let you talk for a minute. I'm going to see if I can go grab Mr. Swims.
Got it. All right. So my broadcast partner, Ray Hallbrook, is off to get one of the players, and looks like we're going to get Kelvin Swims over here. We can get him on a headset. What a great game. So we're joined right now by Kelvin Swims.
Go ahead and grab this.
All right, he's putting the headset on now. Kelvin, can you hear me, partner? Have you had a chance to breathe yet? No. What? So you guys were down at 1 point, 18 points in the first half. You're down 10 points at halftime. What did they say at the half that got you guys going?
Coach told us to have confidence in our shots, because we're his shots. Obviously, me play smart and get the ball to the middle, and play defense and really box out, because we work too hard to just let it slip away.
It seemed like what you had going on first half was kind of mundane. It didn't feel like that you guys were quite meshing. Second half, you come out just you know what, to the wall, you know, and so it was what kept the momentum going.
We believe in each other. We all love each other, and that's not the first time that's happened, but that's the first time we actually won from coming down 18.
Kelvin Swims, you are the player of the game, man. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks man. Coming by.
Thank you, buddy.
Nice job.
So Ray Hallbrook with Matt Schutte. We're going to pop back over here real quick because we got to jump to the other stream, but an amazing game, 45-43, Dupo over McKinley. Final thoughts real quick?
If you would ask me what the final was at halftime, I would have never guessed that. That was a wonderful comeback from Dupo. Great lead in here to the championship game. It's going to be hard-pressed to live up to that.
Absolutely.
But we're going to bring it to y'all regardless.
Yep.
So tune in. I think we got a break from here, right? And then we snap right back over?
We are.
Alrighty.
So for Ray Hallbrook and Matt Schutte, Michelle Hallbrook up on the sidelines, up on top with the amazing camera work over there. We'll see you later. Have a great night. And don't forget, we're jumping over to another stream for the St. Pius St. Louis College Prep Game Championship game. Have a good night.
Have a good night.